Since Paul and Laura Spokes moved to South Africa, every home they've lived in has been in Constantia. This more rural part is where they've chosen to start with a clean slate and build their ideal of modern, contemporary living.
Laura, you and your husband purchased this property in 2013 and you decided to knock the entire structure down. What was important to keep and what elements did you want to have in the new structure?
Well, I think when we first came here, I mean, the house was very unassuming and it was quite an old house, but as we came in, we were just blown away with the view. And we thought that we wanted to build our own house from scratch. And the most important part for us was really to have quite strong architectural and geometrical features, but also that blended with the whole organic movement of the nature, because I mean, it sort of views all the countryside, and that's what was really important, yeah.
Select pieces of art and design stand out against a backdrop of casual rustic colours married with modern style.
Wow, this entranceway is truly unique and I love this floating staircase. What other elements in this space are really special to you?
Well, Raul, you know, the main entrance to me is the most important part of the home. So I really spend quite a lot of time looking at pictures, which I sort of saved in my iPad, and I was going to then narrow it down to the best thing. And this brick face wall was really the one that was talking to me. I just loved the sort of element of the brick and sort of the rusticness, you know, bringing in the whole countryside of Constantia. But I wanted to have a little bit of an edge to it, and why we used white cement and why I brushed it to make it really look like it had been part of the house for a long time. And then the stairs, you know, I wanted something floating, but at the same time sturdy, and really important to bring in the wood element, you know, again, to have the whole organic coming through into the home. And then what was really important was to have a chandelier that just softened the whole area. And this chandelier was actually made by an artist called Craig Thomas, who actually made each one of those pieces in clay by hand.
The artwork reflects a couple who met through fashion. Paul was a merchandiser from the UK and Laura an Italian designer. Their other shared passion is growing their textile business in South Africa.
Wow, this is stunning and an art piece in itself, truly amazing.
This window was actually the initial picture that Christophe Besson, the architect, showed us as an idea after he had seen what style we were after. And we actually revolved our lounge around this because we thought instead of having a wall with a picture, I mean, how about having a live wall? That's much easier.
Truly, and an art piece on its own, which constantly changes. That's remarkable.
Thank you. And the rest of the furniture, I was really looking for some Italian pieces. I really love Italian contemporary furniture, and Menotti was my first choice. I have tried to replicate it and copy it in the past, but it didn't quite work out as well. So this time I managed to convince my husband to get the real deal, and this is sort of like my room when we entertain and have friends around.
Clutter-free living works especially well when the timber finishes are this carefully crafted and the wood theme naturally merges one space with another.
Wow, I really love how you've utilized your windows to kind of maximize on the landscape and also just the natural beauty around the house.
Yeah, you know, the kitchen is really the heart of the home, and I absolutely love the space. You know, this is my creative space. As soon as I get home after work, I just feel absolutely energized and my mind just goes mad with all the recipes I want to make. So with this view, it's just an extra bonus, and the light coming from the skylight, absolutely love it.
I know Italians love their cooking so much, so the kitchen is obviously an essential part of the home. Which elements did you try to maintain and keep in the design?
What was really important is to have the triangle shape of all the important elements, like the fridge, the oven, the basin. Everything has to flow and really work easily together. And even more important is to be able to be part of the house and part of the living area and space with the views, because we so often entertain and have friends around, and in the end, they always end up in the kitchen talking to me while I'm busy creating, and that's really important.
From the food she creates to her living space and the clothes she wears, Laura believes each to be as important as the other. It's an approach supported by her studying fashion in Milan and interior design in South Africa, both of which are on full display here.
Wow, honestly, with a view like that, I don't know how you're able to wake up in the morning and still go to work. That is incredible.
Well, this is one of my favorite places because it really blends in an amazing view like this, which actually all the other rooms have too. Our lovely girls that don't live here permanently have also got an amazing view with their own terrace. And to top it all as well, this pop-up TV is an absolute must in those wintry nights when it's really cold. And I just love our bed. Our bed was actually inspired by a modern Ralph Lauren and Morgus & Sons, who have done all our furniture in the bedrooms. Really just matched it beautifully.
Being so rooted in fashion, I can imagine the closet was a really special space for you. What was the idea behind that?
I really just wanted to wake up every morning and have a shopping experience. And I'm a little bit of a neat freak, so I like to have everything perfectly organized. And it was just like merchandising, like in a shop. You go in and you've got your outfit matched with your shoes, matched with your belt, and it just makes it so easy to get dressed in the morning. It's an absolute pleasure.
Building in this farm and wetland area meant putting piles down to secure the foundations. The advantage was that Paul could blend the footprint of the house into the surrounding meadow and natural watercourses, making the house one with its environment.
Listen, Paul, I know you and Laura had quite a bit to say, but you shared equal visions in terms of what you wanted for this home. But what in particular were you most passionate about when you were designing and putting this together?
Saving the trees, these really big trees. They were a big feature that attracted me to the plot. So we had to, work around this tree in particular over here. And it did make things a bit tough, but we had to save the trees. That was very important.
Apart from the trees, I can imagine how important was you to kind of make sure that the landscape blended in with the natural environment that already existed?
That was very important. I think the vineyard was a very important feature. And we had this wonderful stream that was running through the property. So, I love water, and it was really, really important that we kept that as a main feature.
I can imagine building this incredible little empire that you have outside here. With so many elements to choose from, which one is your favorite?
I think my favorite is the koi pond. Had a lot of challenges with that koi pond when we first stocked it. Wildlife and otters coming in and taking all my koi. But it settled down and they're breeding in there. So I like to go and feed the koi fish and watch them grow, yeah. That's my favorite spot up there.
If losing some koi to the local wildlife was the price of admission into the ecosystem, Paul has paid his dues.
Yeah, they don't grow so fast in a concrete pond as they do in a mud pond. This is not a natural pond. This is a cement pond. Okay. So it's a closed system. It's not part of the stream. The stream actually runs underneath and comes out the other side.
It's definitely not the fish food that's smelling that good, because I'm starting to get hungry, smelling something amazing in the kitchen, and it looks like these guys are definitely making me quite jealous here.
Now, if Laura's cooking, there'll be something good coming up, I promise you.
Another perk of marrying an Italian, who recognizes her own great privilege in being able to meditate on the veranda every morning, listen to the owls by night, and to have every lunchtime feel like a picnic in the country.
Guys,
ready for this?
Yes.
Got
it all day. Are you sure? Thank you so much.
No,
Thank you, guys.
Cheers, babes. Well done. Good job.
Cheers, yeah. Cheers.
Oh, Laura and Paul, I can't thank you enough for showing me around your beautiful home and the incredible work and the concept that went into making this materialize. So I just want to thank you so much for your time today. It was an absolute pleasure.
Well, thank you very much indeed. We've enjoyed having you.
Cheers.
Pleasure was ours. Thanks for coming. Cheers.
Yeah, really good fun.
Thanks very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Like their trees, Paul and Laura have put down permanent roots here, and they're flourishing.